Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Got my Thrive order in today, so we're going to show you what I got, and I'm going to do a demo of one of these items here. Alright, thanks for joining me. I know I said I probably wasn't going to do another video before the new year, but then I remembered I got a Thrive order coming in. So I wanted to show you this stuff, give you a little idea of what's out there, what you can order from Thrive. Something I'm discovering, we've just been using a little bit at a time around the house, and I'm discovering that we are saving on waste. If I want corn one night, and my wife wants peas, we can hydrate just that small little amount out of a can, open it up, take that little amount, and we don't have a whole can of peas and a whole can of corn and a ton of leftovers. So I would say we're probably saving about probably 50% of what we spend on stuff on waste. I mean, we're just not throwing out tons of extra stuff. We're not cooking too much. Like the beef here, the beef slices are a good example. If you just want to make 2 tacos, you take out a little bit. If you want to make 4, you take out more. You don't have to cook the whole thing and then have it sitting in your fridge and everybody forgets it's leftover. So, you know, on the average, I believe it was 25% of food that we waste as Americans. So this is kind of saving us a little bit of money as we start to experiment with it. And I say experiment because generally I buy freeze-dried food for preparedness. And I've never really eaten a lot of it, you know. I put it away, I test it, I make sure I like it, and then I put it away. You know, I'll buy 2 cans of something and test one and put the rest away. So I want to try to work this into our daily diets. And with stuff like this and the chicken, I mean, gosh, it makes it so easy. So pretty much what we got here today is 3 things that I ordered. Like I told you, these are the beef slices. These are cooked and seasoned. So you got the beef slices. You got the classic tomato sauce. Now, this is a powder. And when I did the first, one of the simple plate entrees, when I cooked it on camera, that was my first experience with this stuff. This is really good. I mean, I was amazed. When I saw the powder in that, I was kind of like, oh, this is going to taste nasty. And I come from an Italian household where if my great-grandmother knew I was eating powdered tomato sauce, she'd be very upset. But this is really good stuff. So we want to try and use some of this. And lastly, my wife gets this one. She wanted the classic cookie dough mix for making some chocolate chip cookies. She was dying to try it, so we're going to give her that. We're going to do it, and I'll show you what they look like when they're done baked, but that's a little bit off in the future. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you what I've been promising to show you, these express sides and entrees. Now, they kind of look like Mountain House foods, right? You know, they come in a bag. They've got the same ingredients that are in these in the cans, but they're just all mixed together. And some of these come as entrees, some of these come as sides. These 2 here are sides. This is the fettuccine alfredo, and this is the chili lime chicken rice. I'm going to actually save this because we want to try this with a meal. But we are going to do the fettuccine alfredo, and we're going to cook that up right here, and I'll show you how it's done. It looks familiar, like a Mountain House type of entree, but it's cooked differently, although it probably would cook like a Mountain House entree if you really had to. And it's a little bit different. Oops, I'm knocking stuff over. And we're going to try it out. I'm going to show you what it's like, and we're going to taste test it and see what it looks like. So I'm going to try to do this as fireside camp style as I can. I'm going to use it on a burner, and we're just going to do it in this pot here. This is one of those Ozark Trail cook sets, the larger one. This here requires 3 3/4 cups of water. It is not a single serving, and that's a nice thing about it. If you're going to take these backpacking, if say there's 2 of you, I mean they say it's 4 servings, but they're probably very small servings. If you're going to take this, you have enough for 2 or 3 people in one package. Some of the entrees, you know, that would really come in handy. If you're going for 2 nights, 2 bags, and you're good to go instead of a bunch of little Mountain House individual meals. So I already put the water inside here, and we're going to start that up. But I want to open this up. Let's see what we got. All right. Now they said that there was an oxygen absorber in here. I don't see it. I guess we'll find out when the water's boiling. Now these differ from Mountain House in another way too. They tell you to cook them in the pot itself. So we're going to fire this up, we're going to get it boiling. And I will go over the instructions. Make sure that's in camera. And I'll go over the instructions with you. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to set this up so that you're bringing 3/4 cups of water to a boil. You're going to whisk in the contents and return it to a boil. Then you're going to reduce heat and let it simmer for a few minutes, stirring frequently, and let it stand. You can stir in 2 tablespoons of butter if you want. You don't have to. So we're going to try it with and without butter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to boil up this water, and when I come back, we'll put it in there and boil it up. So while I have this boiling, I figured I'd give you a chance to understand just what I'm doing with the whole Thrive stuff. For me, it was about expanding not only my channel and a way to make a little extra money since the AdSense system is kind of screwy, but it's also a way for me to get better prepared. When you become a Thrive distributor, you have a monthly order that you're expected to get, and mine runs about $50 a month, and that is helping me get better prepared. And actually, the month before last, I went a little over, and I ordered a little extra. You can always order more. And if you do order more monthly, you'll get free shipping if you order over $100. So when you think about what you spend per month in food, and you think about how you can supplement it with this stuff, as well as get better prepared with some items, you can really end up making some money off this just buying for yourself, just buying your own food and get money back on that. So that's kind of why I did it. The fettuccine Alfredo, these express meals, these run $5.29. They're 4 servings, 0.63 pounds. So I mean, that's pretty cost effective all in all when you think about it, especially comparing it to Mountain House, where a single serving of fettuccine Alfredo would probably be around $3-4 bucks, you know, and you get 4 out of this for $5.29. Even if you don't want to use this for backpacking or hiking, it's really handy for using it in the house. So anyway, I'm going to wait till this finishes boiling, and which is almost there, and we'll dump it in and I'll show you what it looks like from there. Alright, we got a rolling boil in there. Now it says to dump this in, whisk in the contents of the package, and bring it back to a boil. And don't dump it all over the counter of your table. Thankfully I just washed this, so I'll throw the noodles in and we'll wipe that up when I come back. Gotta be a little more careful. I'm just gonna whisk it in. And there was no oxygen absorber in this. Now you can do this in a pot, you can do this in a pan. I've seen people do this in a large flat cast iron type pan. I've seen them do it in a sauce pot. Really doesn't matter. You probably could dump it in here, and if you waited long enough, you could heat it up that way. But we're going to follow the instructions the first time and, you know, see how it comes out that way. So let me clean up my mess, and I'll come back once my mess is cleaned up and this is boiling. Alright, so we let it simmer for a few minutes. Then we let it stand for 5 minutes. I put in about 1 tablespoon of butter. Really didn't see a need to add too much to it, as it's pretty good. Take a look at it. There you go. Let's put it in one of these pots from the cook kit. I am just being a messy person today. Dropping stuff everywhere. So, I'll give you a little look at it here. There you go. It's got the fresh parsley and all that in there. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm going to use an actual fork for this. A little bit easier. That is good. It actually tastes like real Alfredo sauce. If you ever had freshly made Alfredo sauce, that is really, really good. And at first, I thought I put too much water in, but it turns out the more you let it sit, the thicker it gets. I also, and this is an important tip, we had all that powder over there. Some of it was along the ridge of here, of the bottom of the pot. So you got to go in there and really stir it. I took my knife and just went in there and kind of scraped along and got it all out. So it was a lot easier to get out. But yeah, I mean, that is an awfully small, cost-effective package. If you're doing like backpacking and you pay, what, $5.29 for that? You get 4 servings out of it. Get yourself, you know, something to go with it. maybe another entree. Maybe pack yourself a little bit of some chicken or beef in a baggie and hydrate it while you're out on the trail. Really, really neat. Anyway, excuse me. That is the Thrive Life Express Fettuccine Alfredo. And that's what it looks like. It tastes really, really good. I'm really impressed with it. And if you're interested in this stuff, the link is always down in the bottom of my description where it says if you'd like to support the channel, check out my Thrive Life food. Now is a really good time, given the dynamics we're seeing in the world. Now is a good time to stock up on food. I know there's a lot of people that might be new to prepping that watch. And to have an opportunity to go in and get something like this, you know, for 27 bucks as opposed to a big number 10 can that might be 60 or 70, you know, that really gives you a way to get started without breaking the bank. So it's definitely cost effective. And if you want, you still can get the big number 10 cans too. So anyway, that's the video for today. That was a demo of the Thrive Life Express Fettuccine Alfredo. And I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome New Year. I hope you had a great Christmas. I know we did here. And we'll talk to you next year. Bye.